MotorWeek is made possible by Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper, TireRack.com, and Haggerty.
The Lexus LS400 wasn't the first Japanese luxury car, but a relentless search for perfection and resulting sales success made it the class benchmark. So when Lexus designers started planning the second generation LS400, they found themselves facing a dilemma. Do they depart in a whole new direction and risk alienating customers originally won over from the likes of Acura and Mercedes? Or do they play it safe and simply serve up more of a proven recipe and perhaps ruin any chances of expanding their share of the premium luxury car market? Well, their solution was to do both and neither. Or to be more precise, to only fix what needed fixing. Of course, to the engineers at Lexus, that means replacing 90% of the car's parts and lopping off 209 pounds while retaining the essential look and feel. Refinements start on the outside with a more predominant, if still familiar, grille, larger headlights, and slicker air dam up front. There are sharper lines on the hood and fenders, which flow all the way back to the higher trunk lid and new taillights. The rear greenhouse has also been pulled back to increase interior space. And the wheelbase stretched by 1.4 inches, while front and rear overhang are reduced. Even new 16-inch alloy wheels were added. The chrome is optional and in demand. The result is pure LS400, but more aggressive in a subtle sort of way. And while the 95 car may look more angular, it's actually more aerodynamic, with a remarkably low 0.28 coefficient of drag. These apparent contradictions carry over to the 4-liter 32-valve V8 engine. A thorough rethink has made it lighter and more powerful, with output up to 260 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque. And despite lighter pistons and valve train, as well as higher compression, Lexus claims a significant improvement in reliability. How long is forever anyway? There is also a significant improvement in speed, with the lighter Lexus sprinting to 60 in 7.3 seconds. And the quarter mile ending in 15.6 seconds at a fast 95 miles per hour. The engine was silky smooth with a broader spread of power than before. Likewise, the 4-speed dual-mode automatic transmission. It features revised gearing and a gated shifter for those who drive in a more hands-on manner. And driver involvement is just what the retuned suspension delivered. Response was sharper, yet the feel still refined and lighter. Body roll was also reduced, and the variable assist power steering now has a character that's more BMW than Cadillac. But this newfound driver appeal does not in any way detract from the plush highway ride and low 66 decibel interior noise level, for which the LS400 is justly famous. And all this is without the sportier semi-active air suspension system, which is a $1,700 option. Less weight not only improves going, but stopping too. 119 feet from 60 was what the latest anti-lock equipped disc delivered. As always, stops were arrow straight and rock solid. Like the outside, the inside of the LS400 has changed, but not changed. It's still roomy, efficient, and luxurious. But scores of those little detailed changes that Japanese engineers are famous for have been made. Fortunately, safety features like airbags for both front occupants were not tampered with. Those superb Lexus seats now have their own coil and torsion spring suspension and 10-way power adjustments instead of 7. A steering column that power tilts and telescopes is standard. Even power adjustment shoulder belt anchors are included. The familiar vacuum fluorescent analog gauges are little changed for 95, and with good reason, they work. But the automatic climate controls now feature dual temperature adjustments, and a replaceable air filter cleans away dust and pollen. Standard stereo controls have been simplified and made larger, but the About Time Award goes to the audio industry's first dash-mounted 6-disc CD changer, which is optional. The continuous search for convenience has led to an expansion of nooks, crannies, and boxes for interior storage. But it's the almost 3 inches more rear legroom that is most likely to get noticed. The LS400 now matches most big European cars for interior room. But it still trails in trunk room, which has actually decreased slightly to 13.9 cubic feet. With all these increases, decreases, and new pieces, it's commendable that the LS400 price is unchanged for $1995. Base price still sits firmly at $51,200. And with most options except air suspension and traction control, our test car's price of $56,150 is competitive. The LS not only matches Europe's finest for comfort, performance, and price, but safety as well. Features include dual airbags, seatbelt tensioners, anti-lock brakes, available traction control, 5-mile-per-hour bumpers, and 1997 level side impact protection. But to really appreciate all the work that's gone into the latest LS400, you really do have to look very carefully, because much of it is so subtle that the average car buyer, already swayed by the car's established virtues, might overlook it. But drive the old and new cars back to back, and the differences are more apparent. Drive much of the competition, and they're almost impossible to resist.